Hello.
Hi, Phyllis.
Hi, Sean.
How are you doing?
Um, got more time than I got money.
Well, the
Help
good
me,
news for
Sean.
you is that talk is cheap. Still, even in today's day and age.
hmm
What can I do to help you?
Help teach me, show me. I'm investing lots and lots into all of these programs, and I'm getting nothing and nothing and nothing on top of nothing. I
Yeah,
don't need another a handout. I don't need another ebook. I don't need another go to this website. I need somebody that said they're gonna coach. Hold your hand. We're gonna walk you through it. We're gonna tell you click this button and do this right here. We're gonna show you this, and then we're gonna implement. If I've had it, the sun is coming from out the ground, and we just know this is not true.
Phyllis, what business are you in?
I'm in a little bit of everything, but I'm not succeeding on anything.
Well, but it matters for how I guide this conversation. So I need to
I
know a
was
little bit of your background. What business, what is currently
I'm
paying the
retired
bills?
Social Security, and I would like to. Oh, I'm disabled. I am
Okay.
disabled. Uh-huh. So I was wanting to set up a trust where my trust could earn some income without affecting my disability.
I see. What is it that you wanted? What interested you in federal contracts?
I don't have to show my face, do I?
To me,
Or to the
I mean,
um,
I guess not. I can't think of it. I've been on some bases where I had to show my face, but there have been a lot of jobs where I haven't. But for the purposes of this conversation, let's say no.
okay.
But I still asked you a question. What interested you in federal contracts? Is the answer that I don't have to show my face?
Well, that I don't have to show my face, and it's pretty much making phone calls. You tell me what the people are looking for, and do I just go out and get it, or what?
Well, do you have a specialty in that? In other words,
No,
what I'm trying.
no, sir.
So that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out in this conversation is, if you were going to add value somewhere, what value would you add?
To follow the instructions to get the contracts done. I'm I'm looking for something that don't require I guess a lot of research. I got to go and talk to 75 people, and I just really looking for something I can invest in to that's a fast turnover, you know.
Yeah, I understand the idea, the concept. I just don't know how to necessarily apply that to federal in the sense that, if this was just an easy business that you walked into and just, you spent $10 and somebody gives you 20 and now let's just do that over and over and over again. Well, then yeah, everybody would be doing it.
Well,
As
tell
an
me what it is. I really, I guess I just don't have an idea. So I'm really listening to see, is this something I can do? When I look at your video, I get all hyped up and I say, I can do this. But, it's always a but. I don't want to have a but. I just want Sean to tell me what to do and I go do it.
Well,
Is it
okay,
not?
let's start there. Let's start with the simplest terms, okay?
Okay. hmm
The simplest thing that anybody could do is figure out how to use sam.gov, which by the way, I can't tell you how to do because I don't go to sam.gov. I invested $250,000 to create my own version of sam.gov cuz sam.gov sucks.
Oh,
Okay?
Lord. Okay.
But You're asking for somebody to tell you what you can do. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what you can do. You can go on sam.gov. You can look up RFQs, requests for quotes. If you've watched enough of my videos, what is your risk for turning in a bid on an RFQ? If you can't answer that question, then you haven't watched enough of my stuff. Particularly, are you in my school, SKOOL?
Yes, I
Okay.
think I am.
There's a
Yes,
thread
sir.
at the top that says start here, and there's 2 videos in there. The second video, I explain to you what your risk is for bidding an RFQ. If you can't answer that question, there is a free resource right there that you can go watch a video where I teach the risk for turning in a bid. Okay? Now, let's just assume that you had gone and watched that video. You would know that the risk for turning in a bid on RFQ is zero. Zero
Okay.
risk.
Zero risk.
Are you at a point in your life where you want to go after opportunities that have zero risk?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Okay, well, here's a guy saying, for free, I teach you exactly how to look for RFQs that are no
Okay.
risk.
Okay.
So I would start with maybe watching that video.
Under www.sam.gov, what you
No,
say?
school, SKOOL.com. It's my federal contracting school. It's free to be in there.
Yes, I know that I am in there.
Okay, so look, do you want my honest opinion? Because if you watch enough of my videos, you know that I'm a no bullshit guy, no frills, no nothing.
That's what I like.
The
Okay.
stuff that I teach, I can tell within a few minutes that it's probably not appropriate for you, because complicated things come up, like how many BTUs are in the boiler. Okay? If you don't know what a BTU is or a boiler, you probably can't add value there. It's not that you can't learn that. I'm sure that you can. But there's about 10,000 little things like that somebody in their retirement doesn't really need to be figuring that out. Okay?
Well, wouldn't I be able to call you or text you and you help me figure it out?
It's not that I can't do that. I can. I could sit down right now and I could, for the next 10 minutes, teach you everything you need to know about a BTU, that it stands for British Thermal Units. That one British Thermal Unit is the amount of energy that it takes to raise 1 gallon of water, 1 degree. Okay, I mean, I can teach everything that I talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very expensive. I mean, like, if you think all these other yahoos that will take your money and not give you any information, if you thought they were expensive, you have no earthly idea how expensive I am. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand, at no point in this conversation or later in this conversation would I ever try to sell you me. Okay? I did $1 billion worth of work for the federal government, made $300 million over my career. Okay? I have
Mm-hmm.
more money than I just spent the last 3 days sailing in the Pacific Ocean with my pals of 30 years. Okay?
All
My
right.
life is perfect, and I am not trying to sell you anything. If you wanted to invest in my course, yes, people invest in my course and they do exactly what I tell them to do and they go make money. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if I can get, I would try really hard to talk you out of my stuff. Just because I know what kind of effort it takes to be successful in this business. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're willing. Look, part of the confusion here is when I say school. You go to school.com/GC experts. Do you know what it is that I just told you to do?
To go and look at the videos.
Do you know what a URL is?
Yes.
Okay, so the URL is school.com/GC experts, and then you go to the start here thread. Like, do you really want to be trying to talk to me where I'm giving you 10 instructions in 10 minutes and telling you, okay, go figure that out. And then if you can't figure it out, pick up the phone, call me, and we're going to talk again about what I asked you to do. And then, but I'm not the guy that says, here's a lollipop. It's okay, Phyllis. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy who's going to be drilling this shit into your head. I talk like a sailor, okay? And do you really, like, you're going to get off the phone with me and go, God, that son of a bitch, Sean Reitmeyer, he's talking over my head. He's making things sound more complicated. Like, I want you to like me, Phyllis.
I do love you. I don't like you. I love you. I'm so used to this language. It's not offensive at all to me. And I know I need somebody to kick me in the butt, to make me accountable. And I'm low key cheerleading over here for you. That I know he's the person that I need. I just need that. You know how you got to get past the first one, and then it'll get.
Oh yeah,
the challenges
turning in the first bid is way harder than turning in the second, third, and fourth.
Yes.
Getting the first job completed is way harder than the second, third, and fourth. You're exactly right. There's no question about it. But what I don't want to do is take some grandma's last $5,000. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if you weren't successful at this.
Okay, well, I think I do need to go back and look at some more videos and
Well,
see.
Look, I just called you from my personal cell phone, okay?
Okay.
You can pick up the phone and call me anytime, and we'll have conversations for this. I'm not necessarily going to say, okay, Phyllis, do A, B, and C, because people give me a lot of money to get the A, B, and C, okay? But I will definitely guide you for free if it's a little 5-minute conversation here or a little 5-minute conversation there. I'll give you some ideas of things that you can watch and things that you can go explore, okay? And if you're looking for that a few times over the next year, call me anytime. You sound pleasant enough. I like to talk to nice people.
Well, thank you, Sean. You are, if I were close enough, I would hug you. I really need this. I have not worked in so long, and I've been out of the workforce, and so now it's like my brain has to switch over. I have to read, comprehend, and be able to implement. And like you said, get past the first.
And it's frustrating, and it's not intuitive, okay? And that's why I'm so expensive, because I'm the guy that makes it easy to understand, easy to fill out, okay? But I'm not just going to give that away. People will pay a lot of money to do that. Or to get that.
Okay, well,
But the first thing I can suggest is go watch that Start Here video and then go into sam.gov and start looking at RFQs. And if you want to turn some bids in, turn some bids in. There's no risk.
Okay. I will do it, and I will save this number. And when I get to a point that I need to throw my hands up and say, Sean, help, please, I'll reach out to you.
Okay, I'll be here.
Thank you, Sean.
Have a nice evening, Phyllis. Nice to meet you.
All right, it's a pleasure.
Bye-bye.